Thanks, Neo Matamune. And Toaster Repair Unit donated $5 saying, Doctors without dollars? Not after this event. Thank you, though. That's great. And now it's time for Castlevania Circle of the Moon by Darrenville.
Woo! Oh, yeah. All right. Hi, everybody. I am Darrenville, and we're going to be running Castlevania Circle of the Moon, one of the best Castlevanias in my opinion, definitely an overlooked gem in the handheld series. Before we get started here, I just want to do a quick introduction of the couch. You guys can go ahead and go for it.
Hi, I'm True Shade.
Hi, I'm Red Wave.
Hi, I'm Nuppers.
All right, we got some Circle of the Moon boys here. As soon as we start this run, I'm actually going to throw it back to them and do the majority of the commentary, just so I can focus a bit, and they're all very knowledgeable in the game, so they're going to do a great job of that. I'm going to take a bit of a back seat. So, we are going to put in a file name for Magician Mode or Fighter Mode. What is the final standing on that?
It will be Magician Mode.
Oh,
yes.
Snap.
And I should probably add that might be due to a donation by Tortalius, donated $1,350.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a ton of money. Wow.
Wow.
With the comment, mages greater than fighters.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tortalius.
Wow, shout-outs to him.
Jeez.
All right, so we're going to be putting in a file name Fireball. In this game, after you beat the original Vampire Killer mode, you start unlocking modes. The first one is Magician Mode. So you have to put in a Fireball file name to start this up. So I think we're good to go. Start it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo!
All right. Before I throw it back to them, I actually do, at the start here, wanted to give a big shout-out to Garnitrex. Garnitrex, really this speedrun wouldn't be the way it is today if it were not for him. He's been a long-time speedrunner of this. And when I picked up this game a year ago, he was like a huge help in like learning all the glitches and all the crazy stuff that's in this run. So big shout-outs to him. A vast majority of the strats that I'm going to be using in this run were pretty much all his doing, so...
This is his love child.
It's pretty much, yeah.
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 All right. So here we go.
A quick note, we use the Japanese version of the game not only because the text is faster, but the experience scaling is actually a little bit different in the Japanese version for some reason. And so we get a little bit more XP. It matters a little bit, but not a lot. And so then this is also our first introduction to DSS, or the Dual Setup System, which is a system unique to Castlevania Circle of the Moon. And so basically you have 10 ability cards and 10 attribute cards for 100 different combinations. We use a handful of them, this one being Invulnerability, used with Pluto and Unicorn. It uses a lot of magic, but it's very nice. And then this one we use for a lot of our movement. Pluto plus Griffin roughly doubles our speed.
Yeah.
As you can see, Darren just picked up the dash boots. These are going to allow him to sprint, and using the DSS card combination that we have allows us to sprint really, really fast.
Yeah, it's like I'm playing Mega Man X all over again. Getting some dash boots.
A quick thing to note about the dash boots, when you double tap, it speeds you up, obviously, to a running speed, but if you do a backwards dash where you dash right and then left, it also gives you that movement speed. So we use it a lot just for a little bit faster movement.
And another thing with Magician Mode is we start off with very little health, 50 at the start, so we have to be very careful with how the damage boosts we are taking through this area, because
Anyways.
it's easy to kill. Be killed.
This is the first boss.
It was a boss.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is a boss.
He did.
Can I get Rip Frankerz's in the chat?
Yeah, three-headed dog. And then here we get the double jump, which is very nice.
Double jumping allows us to progress further into the game. If we don't get double jump, we can't get past these mummies coming up.
Yeah, very important. And then we also grab a heal right here. And then we're coming up on our first glitch of the game, which we'll let it do its job, and then we'll explain it.
It's exciting.
Wait, we're not playing the game normally?
What?
Yeah, we're going back to the beginning.
But that's not the right way.
Weren't you supposed to go the other way, actually? Hold up.
We're going to save our friend.
Are we?
I think so.
I guess that
That's
is the
the goal.
main plot point, right?
Dracula's a big jerk, and he took our friend away. We're going to go get him back.
Okay.
All right. Oh, that's not what?
Oh.
Where did he go?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sure.
All right.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay, this is all fine.
Oh, it's Dracula.
Hey, Dracula, dude.
Dracula.
Guys, it's Dracula.
Guys, it's Drac.
We made it. End of the game.
Oh,
Wait.
Dracula?
Oh, are we going?
Wait,
up?
Darren, hold on.
Oh, that was actually really lucky.
Big bone.
But we have just entered the bone zone. That's
That's
good.
good luck. That was a fast fight.
Yeah. Anyways, there's
All right.
there's like 46 seconds.
Yep.
I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah, this is stretch time.
Yeah. Darren, you want to talk about what just happened there since we got time?
Oh, sure, yeah. So what that was warps, and we're going to see a bunch of them in this run, actually. We do it by activating a summon at the exact moment that we enter a loading zone. So for vertical warps, as you saw, it was activate the summon at the same time as the loading zone. And I guess for some reason the game really doesn't know what to do with Nathan's position, so it kind of just like shoves him up to like the nearest. It just like puts him on the ceiling of whatever the room that you're warping into. I don't know. There's a much better technical explanation for that I'm not 100% 100% able to do, but we can also do it horizontally too, as you saw with the with the loading zones that are in between horizontal rooms.
Clipping into this room with the warps, for some reason, disables Dracula's AI. Pretty convenient. He's a very hard fight, especially with how little health we have.
Yeah. Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Okay, good.
Just a bunch of leveling up. Anyway, since this is all bosses, we're going to go defeat the rest of the bosses. Defeating Dracula first, obviously we get all those levels, and that helps us out a lot with being able to tank a little bit more damage from enemies while moving through the castle.
So in English we get, I do believe it's 22 level ups there, but in Japanese we get 23 because of that different level table.
And that lets us actually do a little trick here. Hopefully it goes well. We go down to a very low amount of HP here, but we should be all right.
I was thinking maybe I should have hit the homie save, but go big or go home.
Yep.
We've got backups in case
That's
anything
true.
goes wrong.
We
so-
do have backup saves.
And here we go down to 4 HP. Just casually.
That's fine.
I ain't sweating. Okay. One more
Very
jump
nice.
here. Whoop. Okay, we made
All
it.
right.
And we're
Nice.
through. Can we get a round of applause?
So the next boss coming up is the Iron Golem. We're going to make a quick work of him.
'Cause everyone knows Golem's weakness are flowers, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone's played Pokemon.
You ever play Pokemon? Yeah. Grass beats rock.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
Anyways, here's all annoyed at you because they're killing stuff. I don't get it.
Yeah, he's a jealous boy.
So like, let me kill stuff. I don't get it, dude.
Well, Hugh.
Anyways, I think this is a good time for a quick donation or two.
Yeah, doing a little bit of backtracking.
Sure. While that happens, I'll let you know Jake R. donated $50 saying Circle of the Moon was my first GBA game and it's still my favorite in the series. Go Magician Mode. Also, one more here from Sokol2044. $25 from them and said, had to donate during the run of Circle of the Moon, the first Castlevania game I played seriously when I was growing up. Good luck, Darrenville. And they put that donation toward Runner's Choice.
Nice.
$235 from Pierpont Lemkin. No comment with that, but I just wanted to recognize their generosity there.
Cool.
Awesome.
And so coming up here, we're going to be going on to the Necromancer, not Death. He looks a little like Death, but it's not Death, it's the Necromancer.
He's totally Death, guys. You cannot tell me he's not Death.
They're probably like cousins or something.
Yeah.
He just got the lamer powers.
Anyways, here we do another warp to the top of the screen for a little bit of a skip here.
Gonna take a quick heal. Nice.
Nice.
First try is always nice.
That one is really difficult because he's so close to the screen. He has to buffer the inputs really quickly.
But
Yes.
yeah.
So we're gonna slide down here so we can get above to where Necromancer is.
And so yeah, here he's all like taunting us, saying how like, oh, we can't do it or whatever. But
How
clearly
is he
we
not
can.
Death?
He's
you
not
know.
Death.
Look at him.
He's totally Death.
No, that's definitely not Death, dude.
Death doesn't have wings.
Maybe he grew them.
Nah,
You
never
know, that's what I'm saying. Lamer powers.
And so then here we get the tackle upgrade, which we use for not much, honestly.
Breaking rocks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The intended way to go through that room that we warped around is to use that ability, and so actually you're supposed to take like a wraparound route, but we just use the clip. It's faster.
All right, we're about to enter the corridor. It's a good time to explain the bone float glitch.
Yes, bone floats. So essentially, you might remember from from close to the beginning of the run when we killed Dracula. We used bone, like skeleton summon. We transformed into a skeleton. And the skeleton sprite is slightly wider than Nathan's sprite. And so then using a little trick, well, I'll let the visual explain, but basically we lose gravity for a little bit. And so it lets us skip to the end of the waterway section, which you'll see in a minute here.
Which is a lot better than how it used to be.
Oh man, the old underground waterway skip.
Yeah, we don't talk about summon hovering anymore.
Holy summon
You
hovering.
essentially had to do 15, like roughly, summons in a row, which is a roll plus.
Hey.
Oh,
Nice.
first try.
First try. Now that skip's going all the way through the blood underground waterway.
Yeah.
We don't have to walk through the water or anything or flip the switches. We're going right to Camilla.
Easiest trick of my life.
Which you might remember her from the beginning of the game. She looks alright at first, but then something happens.
She's had a rough day.
I mean, she looks pretty cute right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? No, that's not so pretty.
Oh.
Just becomes a giant skull. That's fine.
Big bone. Nope.
Nope. We tried.
Yeah.
So using skeleton on a lot of these boss fights is very risky because skeleton.
Yeah.
Where's she at? Okay, she's doing this. This is fine.
Yeah, Big Bone, you get one shot by anything while you're in Big Bone form. And so it's very risky to use. And so we don't use it very often. We really only use it if we need the damage.
Nice job.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest fights in the game.
Because most stuff Camilla throws out will either one or two shot you.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be killing Camilla as the third to last boss, so she does a ton of damage
This
to
is
you.
our fifth?
I believe so.
I can count.
We're
Yeah.
about to get
The best movement item in the
the
game.
best
Best
movement
movement.
item. We're about to obsolete the double.
Yeah.
Yep. We still use it a little bit, but
It's good. The double's still good for movement, but this.
Woo! I believe I can fly.
Nathan can fly.
And so the next boss will be coming up after a couple more warps. It's Adremalak. He's a goat that just sits in the center of the screen.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we can do a quick donation while he's still moving through.
Sure, here's $10 from DRK11. And they say, this was the first Castlevania game I got into when I was a kid, and seeing the skips done What is this black magic?
Just quickly, you may have noticed he warped actually 2 screens there. That is because the loading zones are kind of on top of each other. So when he's doing that warp, it can actually double up.
It's not every time it happens,
Yeah,
but
only sometimes it works, but it's awesome when it does. Saves some time.
We received $250 from Anonymous. They said GDQ is a favorite event of the year and gotta donate during the best block.
all right. And so here, yeah.
Ooh.
We give Hugh a chance,
Our friend Hugh got bodied.
and he still fails.
We'll show him how a true pro does it.
Yeah. We'll sit in a corner and
Yep. The Diana combos send out projectiles that do set amounts of damage, and so that's why they're really reliable in this mode.
Yeah, Hugh should get a wind wave whip.
Yeah.
It's just that easy, dude.
oh,
Just combine the cards.
believe in the heart of the cards.
And yeah, after I beat this guy, Hugh's still salty about
Yeah.
it. Like, come on, bro.
He's all annoyed because we got the Hunter whip.
Yeah.
His father chose
Yeah.
us over him because, I don't know, reasons.
We're
I
the
don't know.
favorite son.
Yeah. We're the hero. We're the protagonist. That's why we deserve it, right?
All right, doing a little bit of backtracking too here. This would be a good time for another few donations.
Okay. First, if you'll forgive me a horrible pun, I just want to mention the Dragon Warrior 3 hero name incentive is going to probably close, after this run and before DW3 starts. And right now, one option has a commanding lead. So
Command?
if you want to change that, get your money in now. All right, back to donations. I apologize. Blue Zaft with $150 says, Doctors Without Borders is a great cause. Thanks for being such awesome representatives of the gaming community. Also, Trab with $150 said, had to get my donation in while I can. Been watching every chance I get during downtime while on vacation. Thanks for everything you guys do.
All right, so we're moving into the underground gallery.
Best music.
Hands down.
And in a little bit here, we'll have some pretty precise movement. So this is probably going to be our first time where we ask for a little bit of silence just so that you can focus.
Yeah, the Hallway of Doom coming up.
We use the stopwatch here to slow enemies down, but it's still very rough.
Start that over. There. Oh, okay.
We take a few hits, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice. That room is very tough.
I'm sure everyone here has died at least a couple times to that room. It's a rough one.
Yeah.
So then here we have the zombie dragons, which we're going to abuse a little unintended mechanic to quickly kill them.
And this is the first summon you'll actually really see that we use.
And yes, that is a giant rooster with bat wings
Yep.
and some weird appendages coming out of his butt. Let's see here. Wind wave ought to do it.
Depending on how the dragons behave, sometimes it's a little finicky getting the double kill.
Zombie Dragon likes to eat his brother when he dies.
Oh
And
no.
regains the
Oh,
health.
no.
Should be fine.
Okay.
There we
All
go.
right.
By the way, real quick, explaining what he did when he switched to the other card combination after summoning, you can switch from the summon to either Mars Unicorn or Mars Black Dog. Both of those combinations give you extra damage on the summon. And then Mars Unicorn also changes it to a holy attack, which we use later in the run for a little bit of bonus damage on Dracula.
A weird thing about this game is all magic attacks, besides the Diana stuff, is based off of your strength. And since we're magician mode, we have little strength growth. So that's why we do use the combos to increase the damage.
Anyways, probably not a bad time for a quick donation.
All right. We have one extremely confused viewer out there. Boney donated $25 and said, Bowser's Castle sure looks different.
Anyways, we're about to move on to the observation tower, which has the obligatory vampire killer track, because why not?
Because this is Castlevania.
Yeah.
And Simon Belmont's not here.
Yeah, we just have his cousin, Nathan
Graves.
Belgraves.
Yeah, I guess. Anyways, we use another couple warp soon just to get through part of this. And then some more really clutch movement. Once we get to the end of the level, we hit dark armors and those things will one-shot
Nice.
you. Nice. That one's really hard to do.
Oh boy, here we go.
So a lot of tight movement coming up. A little bit more focus would be appreciated.
Yeah, everything one-shots at this point. From here on until we get out of the observation tower, it's pretty great. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
And so now,
Very clutch.
Not quite out of the woods yet. Still got to get 4 big bones.
so yeah, Hugh now is being controlled by Dracula to kill us. We find out that this has been happening the whole time, throughout the entire game. Sorry. And so then we just kind of
Nice.
Nice. That is really nice.
That is so nice.
All right,
We
2
need-
more.
We need 4 big bones for this fight in order to kill Hugh.
You're flexing.
There's one.
Nice. That is so good, dude.
That's a pretty
That
good
was-
luck.
That's really good.
That was a really good fight.
So this is the reason why Nathan is the favorite, because Hugh can't hit a skeleton.
Yeah.
Try as he might. Can't quite get me.
Respect your
Anyways.
elders, Hugh.
Anyways, here we go ahead and grab the last key. Or the boss key, whatever. I forget what the technical name is, but
Last key.
yeah. But it's what you're supposed to use to actually go defeat Dracula, which we just completely circumvented in the early game.
All right, and we're out.
Nice.
We have one more boss to kill before we go and beat Dracula, and that is actually Death. But he's not quite right, truth be told. Anyways, we're moving to the underground warehouse portion of the run. It's mainly just puzzles for the most part, and we can cheese some of them, but it's not very entertaining, so we can go ahead and do a quick couple donations.
Yeah, so here's one that I know you've all been looking forward to. $5 is from Garnet Tracks.
Hey,
Hey, Garnet.
He says, OMG, is that the world record holder, Darren Lemon Limeville? Hey guys, Garney here, MQ Party. There's so much I could say, but I'll try not to take up too much time. I just wanted to say I'm super hyped to see Circle of the Moon have its time in a game's done quick. Sorry I couldn't make it out this year, but maybe you'll see my face poke out of some corners in the near future. I'm mad proud of the Circle of the Moon community for sticking together and being a tight family. Proud of Darren for being out here and repping this awesome game, and for stealing my world record. But I won't take up too much more time. Shoutouts to the Couch, Nupper, Red Wave, and True Shade. Shoutouts to the man himself, Darren, and shoutouts to our caster, Prolix. Shame that I didn't get to see you, but I love you all. Can I get a big bone from the audience? Oh, I'm sure he'll love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Garnet.
Yeah. This run would be nowhere near where it is right now if it wasn't for him, so all the shout-outs to him.
A couple shorter ones here. Case Space with $10 said, have a good run, Darrenville. Your favorite fur babies are cheering you on from home. Love, Lena, Tom, and Tubbs.
Aw.
laggiest room in the game, by the way.
Just a quick little explanation of this room. It's laggy because there are actually enemies probably spawned behind those boxes, and they won't appear in this room until we've either completed the puzzle or have gone out that right door.
So we're moving on to Death, question mark. It's really not a very hype fight. He just kind of throws sickles at you. So I guess he lives up to the name, but
He's not death. He's got sickles, but he's not death.
All right, let's see if this still gets the one shot. It might not. Oh, that's some pretty good damage. Might be. Oh, not quite.
Close.
All right, good thing I took that save. I was thinking that might happen. There we go.
there we go.
So yeah, this is the first one we use the Mars unicorn on because it's holy and death is dark, so it does deal more damage.
And
Death is not an early morning riser.
yeah. And then we actually don't grab the key item here because we don't need it. It's the cleansing for the waterway that you're supposed to
It's
use.
the best item, guys.
But, we don't really need it to beat Dracula, though, so we're just going to skip it.
But how are we going to cleanse his soul?
Somehow, dude. We'll just use the power of friendship, I guess.
The power of Big Bone.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna take the one only save that I've taken so far, and that's because Dracula one-shots pretty much at whatever health that you have. So just in case.
And so for Dracula, we pretty much have to use Big Bones for the first phase, just because there's no other really good way, and so it's very risky. And so we will want some focus, and then we'll go ahead and call out time, but it'll be when Dracula fades out of his second form and into the center of the screen rather than the sides.
Yeah, there's a bit of a new strat for this, so I'm gonna do 2 wind waves at the beginning, and this sets me up for the 3 bones, the 1 powered up, and then for second phase I actually don't have to big bone. Thankfully, I can just use 2 Thunderbird summons. If I remember what that card combination is. There we go.
Meteors.
So Dracula has 3 attacks in the first phase. It's meteors, lasers, and bubbles. We ideally would want lasers, bubbles, then meteors, but we work with what we get.
Yeah. Still 0.
It happens sometimes. Where are the bones at, dude?
They're coming.
Come on.
Oh.
Of course.
So another minor thing, after those 3 attacks, he will go back and randomize. Ooh, that's nice. Oh!
All right, so I got 3. The last one I have to power up, actually.
It does double damage when it's powered up, but it's faster just make the last one do it, usually.
Because you're going from a dark element to a neutral element.
And it's good to know that the extra damage does also go into the second phase as well, I believe.
Yeah, because this fight, Dracula has 3,000 health. And you deal, I think, half or almost more than half for him to go to the second phase.
Meteors.
There it is.
There
There
it
we
is.
go.
All right,
Nice.
let's
Nice.
go. All right, time is going to be on the second Thunderbird summon, kind of towards the end of it. We're going to get a couple charges, but as soon as this eyeball comes out, we're going to do some summons.
We'll say it as well.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good RNG.
This is the patented True Shade strats because I was bad at Big Bone. Ooh.
Okay.
That
He was
good.
trying to come for me there. All right.
And one more summon.
Oh,
Ooh, that
man.
was close.
Fortunately, you are invulnerable during summons.
All right, let's do this. Is this going to be it? Time.
Time.
28-10.
Nice.
Really good, yeah.
Very good.
That's a really good time.
Yeah. Part of the reason why that estimate is so generous is, as you can see, the big bone luck. I got pretty favorable luck on both first phase Drac and the Hugh fight. Not so favorable on the final fight, but it happens, you know. It's a 1 out of 10 chance for each one of those big bones, so
That was still a really great run.
yeah, really,
Yes.
really solid. So again, thank you everybody for watching. I'm really glad that this game got in. Again, shout outs to you guys for being here on commentary. Shout outs to Garnitrex. Hopefully we'll see some more of it in the future. We got a really great category called Thief Mode Completionist that gets all the items, gets all the upgrades. It's basically like the more like real complete run of this game. All bosses is kind of the more definitive run. Things that it's like more of the popular run for sure. But yeah, with that, you know, Hugh and Nathan, they settled their differences. They're good friends now. So I'm gonna sign out. Thank you guys.
Darrenville, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe one more big bone for him. Plenty of donation love for Castlevania coming in still. Ken McDowell chimed in again. I read one of their donations earlier. It's $20 and said, handheld Castlevanias are some of the best ones. Here's another $20. Good games, good fun, good cause. Keep up the work and give Circle of the Moon much needed love. Kevin Joel Yanis donated $50 and said, shoutouts to my son Desmond. He loves Metroidvanias and Circle of the Moon is one he and I are currently playing through. That's awesome. Forgotten Saves donated $200, said, love the Castlevania block. So glad I get to watch it live this year. Take my 25 daughters, 25 sons, 25 aunts, 25 uncles, 25 nieces, 25 nephews, 25 dogs, and 25 cats, and put them toward saving the animals. Will do. And Nemo Jiggy donated $75 saying, I've been watching every GDQ since 2013, and I've donated every time. Doctors Without Borders is a great charity, and I'm happy to donate. Keep doing awesome, everyone. Summer Games Done Quick 2018 will continue after this brief break. Summer Games Done Quick 2018 is proud to have ViewSonic as one of our sponsors. ViewSonic Gaming Monitors. We game with you. ViewSonic are monitor experts with 30 years of experience and a leading global provider of visual solution products. You can find out more about them at viewsonic.com/gaming. And thanks for your sponsorship. Up next at Summer Games Done Quick, we're having Dragon Warrior 3. I see a lot of donations coming in related to that. The hero name bid incentive is generating a lot of activity. Let's talk about some Castlevania donations just before I get too far from that. Bard donated $50 and said, "This was for Death's intern, but since he's no longer working after Clage took him out, I think the runner should get to choose where this goes." Thanks, Bard. Hobbo, with a $250 donation, said, "Here's some daughters to help with the child support for all the adopted children this year. I love watching GDQ. Been watching every single event so far. Keep up the amazing event for this good cause." Thank you, Hobbo. Heavy Q donated $33 and said, "Hi, SGDQ. Today is my birthday, so I am donating $1 for every year old I am. MSF does fantastic work, and I can't think of a better organization to donate money to. Good luck to all the runners, and thank you to everyone who helps make GDQ possible year after year." And now we're going to be sending it over to the interview desk for a little tool-assisted speedrun action.
What's up, Summer Games Done Quick 2018? My name's Proto Magical Girl, and I'm here with a very, very special boy and his handler, Dwango AC. So Dwango, for us today, is going to be showing off a task segment of the Castlevania Circle of the Moon run and breaking down a really, really neat trick that you saw on that run. Dwango?
Yeah, and obviously I've got TaskBot here as our mascot. You got to have him here. I'm just showing the tool-assisted speedrun of this game. It's obviously a slightly different category, and what you just saw here is him picking up one of the DSS cards, and there's the second card there. There's something interesting about this game. You only actually need 2 cards total to pull off a pretty interesting glitch, which we're going to see here as soon as he gets back up to just below where the starting room is.
So what do the cards do?
They provide different benefits inside the game. You have 2 different cards that can be combined for various effects.
Okay.
So right here, we're already going through using one of the card effects, but we swapped cards halfway through, which triggered a summon glitch, and warped to the top of the screen, and now we're here. Now you might have seen this just a few minutes ago in the main run, but the tool-assisted speedrun takes it to a slightly different conclusion, because we can always get big bones every single time. Which is pretty awesome. But we're going to back up here. I've got save states inside the simulator, so I can at any point go back to a previous state. So I'm going to mute my audio, because when you frame advance, it tends to be kind of a little bit messy sounding. So what you can see there at the bottom of the screen is the individual frame inputs. So right here in this segment, what we did is we have 2 cards you can see on the left there, and we just moved to cards that don't actually exist while it was in the animation of performing the first effect, the first action that you should have been able to do. The effect is that when you get up here, he's going to turn kind of a gold color right about there. And we're now performing a summon we should not have. This is basically setting up for the warp glitch. But what I really want to point out is that right here, is in the lower left corner of the screen, you can kind of see the buttons that are being pressed. So you're pressing to the right now, and a bit right here, you're going to see a shuriken. So we're pressing there, and then we're pressing to the right, now we're pressing right and then up. That little shuriken move is what's actually triggering this warp glitch. So that allows us to go into this next room up here at the top, and as you can see, the game kind of doesn't know how to handle it. It stays sane enough that you're still, keeping within the confines of the room. The room is laid out correctly, but all the tiles get completely glitched, and then suddenly you get warped all the way to the ceremonial room. So it's pretty crazy how this glitch works. It obviously makes the screen look pretty nutty, right? Especially right about here where you see all these green blocks get replaced.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool that the game manages to keep itself together despite being utterly destroyed. So anyway, this is just an example of one of the glitches. It's not as easy as it looks. That shuriken maneuver is pretty difficult. I talked to some of the runners ahead of time. They said they have a technique where they tend to do it while they're jumping and they're already holding right, so they can kind of push down and then flip back up. But it definitely is not the easiest glitch, and I have to give the runners some pretty good credit for being able to pull that off. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, that's about all I had to show for today. We'll be back some other day.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dwango, for coming out and showing off this really neat bit of Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Much congrats to all of the runners from our Castlevania block for their excellent block and all those really, really exciting runs, and stay tuned for more.
Summer Games Done Quick 2018, powered by Twitch, will continue in a moment as we finish setting up for Dragon Warrior 3. In the meantime, I'll be reading some of your donation comments and letting you know about a few upcoming things. You know, that Dragon Warrior 3 hero name bid war is about to close, but let's draw your attention a little further ahead in the marathon. How about tomorrow morning, where we have a bonus game incentive open? We'll be replacing Setup Block 3 with a run of the Super Monkey Ball 2 ROM hack, Super Monkeyed Ball, if we raise enough money for that. And you might want to check that out. It's a pretty awesome ROM hack. Jordan with a $10 donation said, I love how AGDQ and SGDQ bring so many people together for a great cause, and all the runners are simply the best, constantly impressing with their skill and dedication. Thank you for everything you do. I also wanted to give a shout out to Tim and Kodiak, who are supporting the runners in person. Thank you, Jordan. Vendrick, donating toward that hero name, gave us $50 and said, get this good boy to the hero. Solfrio donated $25 during an earlier break when we were playing some game music from FF6. And they said, all of this FF6 music is really getting me excited for the Final Fantasy VI run later this week. I can't wait to see one of my favorite games of all time at GDQ. R. Chuno donated $25 and said, I like turtles, but kill the animals. And thanks to one of our sponsors here at Summer Games Done Quick 2018, Wave Dash Games, makers of Icons Combat Arena. Myself and a lot of people I know very excited about this one. It's a new era of platform fighters, and it is available free to play and on PC. They've been advertising an open beta weekend, and you can join up for that right now. Check out beta.icons.gg to get your Steam key. Thanks, Wave Dash, for your support of this event. Hope you all enjoy the Castlevania block, and following Dragon Warrior 3, we'll be having some Sonic games for you. After Dragon Warrior 3, up next will be Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. That's a Sonic's Story category run. And following that, Sonic Spinball, an any percent run, there by Zaxxon96. And even more with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And we're, I think we've also, already replaced Setup Block 2 with a run of Sonic and Knuckles 3. Speaking of replacing Setup Blocks, though, as I mentioned, Setup Block 3 can be replaced by a run of Super Monkey Ball 2 Monkeyed Ball, a race between Jeff and Yutori. We need to raise about $35,000 more toward that incentive before tomorrow morning to make that one a reality. All right, let's read this donation now before I annoy the runner with it. Aaron Jevlith donated $25 and said, command, 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 command. 5 infinities later. Command, command, command. Thank you, Aaron. I, I really hope you all don't make me read too many commands during this, but I have a feeling it's fated to be. We're just finishing up with setup for Dragon Warrior 3, and here's some more of your donations. Ita donated $100, left a comment saying, watching GDQ since almost 5 years. Always glad to be part of the general effort and support the cause. And of course, kill the animals. So they tell me that we're getting tantalizingly close to having raised $15 million across all Games Done Quick events, but specifically a reminder that here at Summer Games Done Quick 2018 in particular, we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders, aka MSF. And they're a medical humanitarian organization working in more than 60 countries around the world. They're a private international association that provides assistance to populations in distress, whether from man-made or natural disasters or armed conflict. And they do so irrespective of race, religion, creed, or political convictions. When you go to GamesDoneQuick.com and donate, all of the money donated goes directly to Doctors Without Borders. You can find out more about them at doctorswithoutborders.org. We received a $125 donation from Innate Conversations. Thank you. Appreciate the name. Here's to that Dragon Warrior 3 glitch ending. And for some command. Dragon Warrior / Quest is one of my favorite series, and I remember my grandmother was the first to beat it in our family. That is impressive. That's interesting to hear. Sin donated $25 and said, donating in honor of my husband Trollnor, who took time off work to watch this event and is probably listening to this right now as he hums along to the music. Thank you all for putting on a great event. Yeah, I could see humming along to this one. Everyone loves that Link to the Past music, right? I know we have a lot of fans of the break music we have available and playing here at the Games Done Quick events. Real nice feature. Always awesome to have some chill background noise to hang out with. Summer Games Done Quick 2018 is sponsored by The Yeti. They've been sponsoring our events since 2012. We really appreciate their long-term support. It's always awesome to partner with them. and they're our official merchandise sponsor. You can get official SGDQ t-shirts and even more gear at theyeti.com, and that's spelled Y-E-T-E-E, for those who didn't know. Got some great t-shirt and offerings out there and apparel like that. And check them out if you want some SGDQ 2018 themed merchandise. Without further ado,